Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to Special Report, brought to you by KC Securities. I'm Chris Oldcorn, here with Colette Linden, and today is Taco Tuesday. Yes, here we go.
Some fucking tacos,
We would have worked so bad ourselves, but we don't own any. So, yes, there we go.
Margaritas and tequilas.
Not this early in the morning.
Okay, the reason
why. A little bit later. Wait for lunch. We'll do that on the midday show. Tequila shots.
A little tip.
Tacos.
To have to work with Chris at 8 a.m. morning show, we have margaritas and tequilas. Just kidding. Not really. So, Taco Tuesday, I wanted to talk about this because I'm not on my belly button tape. I knew I was a little too close.
Oh, you're not social distancing. Good job.
I'm sorry. See, you like that? Okay. Taco Tuesday. I am getting a little less creative, let's say, with my meal choices for my children. Yes, I believe you said you gave your kids grilled cheese last night. Yeah.
Which I believe is 3 ingredients: bread, butter, and a slice of cheese.
I'm back to basics. Wow. We're going back to grilled cheese. I did spice it up the other day, and I made a BLT.
Oh, wow.
And then we realized
going out on a limb.
We didn't have any tea for the BLT, so it was just BLs. But what are you going to do? I'm just running out of ideas.
Get a tomato, so it's a BLT?
Chris, I'm not going to go to the store when I'm making dinner.
Where are you finding your dinner?
I just can't do it anymore. These kids need to get out. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. But they need to stop eating so much. Like, I know everyone out there is probably in the same.
With hollow legs, so.
I have an 18-year-old and I have a 9-year-old, and they eat a lot. And after you make dinner, then it's like, I'm hungry. An hour later, I'm like, no, you're not. You can't possibly be hungry. You just had a big bowl of pasta with sauce. There's no way. Yeah. So then we had fries, and then we had fried egg sandwiches, and then it's this, and then it's ongoing. I need some more meal plans out there, or choices for my children, because I'm getting bored making the same stuff. So if you have any ideas, let us know.
You can check the Googles.
I know, but what do you?
The Googles.
Dear Google, please send me. I just
food
don't
ideas.
know. Okay, yeah, you're right. I could.
I'm just saying that's an option.
It is an option.
Some people use it.
I have done that before. To get different recipe ideas. I just want someone to send me like a 7-day meal plan from the radio.
There's probably something you could subscribe to that would do that.
Yeah, really?
What about that thing?
Oh, he's filled with all the answers, Mr. I'm not having kids. I can't have anything I can't return or exchange. That's the conversation we had this morning. Because you can't, right? Danny is here saying, yeah, I heard it. So because you can't return or exchange Don Terrace or Walmart, you don't want them? It's true. Hey. Anyway. Yeah.
I like things that have an expiry date.
Kids don't come with barcodes, okay? Yeah. Anyway.
I know.
What's the weather like today?
Yeah. Well, we're doing okay.
Are we?
Not right now. It's 13 degrees, but it does get better.
Okay when we got it.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're in double digits. Okay. So, we're going up to 27 today. Low of 16, so we're not even at the low yet. Not sure how that works. And then
I just choked on my coffee.
Okay, yeah. No, the low actually it's 13 because it's still considered overnight. That's why. I'm just messing with our producer in the background. Tomorrow it's going to be up to 30 as a high, low of 18. Thursday as well, it's going to keep on that sunny train with a high of 31, low of 18. But when you add in the humidity, you're going to be looking at the mid 30s at least for Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
With the humidity today, we might get to 30, might only get to 29, but starting tomorrow,
awesome sauce.
We're actually going to have like summer temperatures.
I'm so happy about that.
And it's only, I don't know, more than halfway through June.
Well, that's okay. It's mid-June. That's okay. Producer Mike wants to see Chris in a Speedo. Did you say, Mike? I think he did.
I prefer the European cut.
Oh my goodness. It is time to hit the news. First of all, did we thank KC Securities?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we want to thank KC Security again.
Actually.
We want to thank KC Security again because I couldn't remember if we did or not. And we want
thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Okay, so a couple things going on. We're not allowed to sing or
dance.
Let me find that.
Yeah, we're not.
No singing or dancing is allowed as Ontario reopens patios. We can whistle while we work. But please don't sing. And I'm trying to.
Wouldn't whistling actually be pushing stuff out further?
I don't know. But you know what? We're going to get back to this story when we come back because I just found it before, like literally when Kevin was yelling 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then I was running with my heels on like Peg Bundy. So I'm going to get back to that when I come back. But let's go over. I can't get that out of my head because you know I'm such an excellent singer. I couldn't imagine having you guys not listen to me sing.
Yeah, that would be a shame.
Thank you, Danny. I bust Justin Bieber like better than Justin Bieber himself. Just kidding. Okay, so Tam is urging young people to follow public health advice on COVID-19. So we've seen a huge wave in 20 to 29-year-olds, you were saying, in Hamilton.
Yes, we're seeing last week, the largest group of people getting COVID-19 through testing was basically 20 to 29-year-olds. And at one point, they were 45% of all the cases in Hamilton, which is insane to think about it. And people over the age of 70 in that same time period were 5%. Which is a complete reversal since we've seen all the outbreaks in long-term care homes. To see 5% with over 70s and people between 20 and 29 being 45%.
So they're saying that it's just they're not practicing. They're not.
They're also going back to work, and a lot of them work in things such as retail, where they get a lot of exposure.
Yes,
because they're younger and don't have or they commute into Toronto for work and so on.
Okay, so that's problematic. So Tam's saying, you know what, you're not invincible, youngins, and wear your masks and practice social distancing and so on and so forth. So I don't know what's going on with that, but so there's a lot of youngsters getting it now. What else can we talk about? Ontario is developing additional learning materials for students and teachers, and this is in coordination with Science North and Ontario Science Centre, which is in Toronto. So basically, they're putting $1.5 million to create Made in Ontario videos and resources to support such STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. The resources will align with the curriculum for kindergartens through to grades 12. I thought that was pretty cool. Something different you can do with your kids. And I don't know if anybody saw the show when Danny was did her interview with Science North, but they have an online camp coming up, or a virtual camp. So check that out. So there's a lot going on in the engineering and STEM world for all the mathematician children out there.
Which is good. We need people to do that.
We absolutely do.
We have enough people that talk like us. We need people to actually do something constructive.
Nobody talks like you.
Yeah,
buddy.
that's true. That's why I have 3 shows, because no one talks as much as I do.
It's a compliment. So we were talking about the privacy policy, or privacy around providing personal information.
When I went to Bird on the weekend, I had to provide my name and phone number there.
Did you?
And my address, yes.
Did you have to provide any other details other than those 3 items, like your race?
No, it was just like they had it down.
Is it timestamped, like dated?
Yeah, when I arrived, my name, my girlfriend's name, her address, and her phone numbers.
Okay.
Which I disagree with. I don't think that information should be just. Well, it's one thing for.
I mean, I get where they're coming from, but
it's a very fine line. Like as soon as you allow the government to basically say, "Hey, we want to know everywhere you go," why don't you just put a chip in me and treat me like a dog? Like my dog has a chip in it, so if it gets lost or whatever, they can scan it.
It is true.
What are we, just dogs to be chipped?
We might get those. Hey, we're going to have barcodes. Going back to the beginning.
I am not getting
maybe you
a
can
barcode
return
on me regardless.
Maybe you can return me to Walmart. Okay, but the additional information they're
Sorry, Mom, I think it's a little late to return me. I've been here 42 years.
I think your mom has probably tried.
Yeah, she probably has.
I'm just kidding.
She keeps kicking me out of the house and buying really large furniture for my place, so I can't come back. I mean,
that's what Mom's
I got a king bed. I got this big dining room table that's probably about the size of this table.
Okay, listen. So they want the data to include race, income, language, and household size for individuals who have tested positive for COVID-19. So that they're really trying to, I guess, figure out.
I understand that from the standpoint of after you've caught it.
Right.
It's the before, this sort of like
the tracking kind of thing, right?
Literally tell us everywhere you've ever been and what you're doing at every moment in your life.
Oh my God, my life is so boring. They would just have a field day with it. They're like, this girl does absolutely nothing. She works, she goes home,
work home.
But she yells at her kids a lot about
food basics, work home. Dollarama, work home.
She makes BLTs with no tomato. There's something wrong with this lady. Okay,
she doesn't go to Food Basics and get a tomato.
Okay, I know you did your mall, which was awesome. If anybody got the chance to see that 7 a.m. this morning, which is going to play again throughout the day. But Chris went to Station Mall.
And I did Algoma Public Health's job for them, which was go through the mall and show how, I don't know, you're doing absolutely nothing. This funny thing is, the manager of the mall came out to talk to me after I had already had a security guard come to me.
See you.
Oh, yeah, he loves me. I'm pretty sure. He's like, this is going to make the mall look bad. I'm like, yes. Yes, you are literally not following any guidelines. We'll be right back. Commercial break.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back on Taco Tuesday. Thank you to Casey Security for your sponsorship. Okay, so Ford will be speaking again today at 1 o'clock. He's with my guy, Minister Monty McNaughton, who is the Minister of Training and Skills Development. Not too sure what the announcement will be. I think I say that every day.
Monty's been there a lot, though.
I love Monty.
He's like there like at least once a week.
Ministers.
So.
Such a nice man, and met him several times. He's great. Okay, so social media. What do we got going on? First of all, wait, hang on. Instagram @OnTV channel. Follow us.
Yes. And also on Facebook. You can watch with us live on Facebook and actually interact when we're live on the air. But you can also watch on Roku, Amazon Fire. You can stream through our site and so on as well. And our shows also go up on YouTube, but they're not live on YouTube. So anyways, so good morning to Daniel from Casey Securities who said good morning. Also good morning to Tammy Lynn.
Hi, Tammy.
Also hi to my girlfriend who's watching as well. Hi, Juliana. And now, okay, what are Canadians worried about?
What are we worried about?
We are worried about
I'm worried about what
things.
I'm making my kids for dinner.
Yeah,
but
well, let me just check to see if that made the list.
No,
Well,
probably
childhood
not.
obesity count is 2% of things Canadians are worried about.
That is a very. I think we had this conversation yesterday, and I'm sorry, I'm talking into your segment here, but
go ahead.
I'm going to.
I'm talking yours.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But there's no exercise for children, and I'm very big on having Dr. come with me to run the hill because they don't have their recess, they don't have their lunchtime, they don't have their organized sports.
Yep.
It is a concern.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Yes, and it's actually the second lowest that people are concerned about in this country. But I'm glad you're concerned.
I am very concerned
yeah,
about
that's
it.
good. Okay, so back to what I was trying to talk about. So Ipsos Reid came out with a study yesterday. They do this every single month. It's basically like what are people worried about? They do it in 27 countries around the world. Canada happens to be one of those countries. Right now in Canada for the month of May, coronavirus is the thing Canadians are most worried about at 62%. However, that's actually down 9% from April when that number was at 71%. People are concerned about unemployment. That's actually up 4% from the previous month. They're also worried about their health care and poverty, social inequality, climate change, taxes are around at the top 6. So, globally speaking though, 55% of people are concerned that COVID-19 is the number one issue. So in most countries, it's the number one issue. About 18 of the 27 countries it is. But the top concerns globally are COVID-19 is number 1, unemployment's number 2, healthcare is number 3, poverty and social inequality is 4, and financial political corruption is number 5. But there's another question they ask. Is your country headed in the right direction?
Oh.
Well, 45% of global respondents think their country's on the right track, and 55% say they are on the right track. So, here's the thing. That number was 37 in April. So, we went from 37% of people thinking their country is heading in the wrong direction to 45% in just 1 month. Even though they do think things like COVID-19, unemployment, poverty and social inequality, and healthcare are all the big concerns, they just don't necessarily feel that their country's headed in the right direction on that. Now, speaking of heading in the right direction, we have more places opening up. Phase 2 is going to start for Durham, Norfolk, Halton, Hamilton, Lambton, Niagara region, and York region. For phase 2, and that will start on Friday. At 12:01 a.m. And there's only going to be 3 health units who are still going to be under stage 1. That's Peel, Toronto, and Windsor, Essex County. So
Interesting that it's Windsor. Is it anything
probably
to do with
because
the
it's a
border?
border town, because Detroit is one of the big hotspots in the States. It's one of the top 5 cities
That's
for
correct.
cases.
More than Canada, you said.
Yes, more than Canada. So, anyways, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's crazy.
Hold tight.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
A message from the Government of Canada.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern People's Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
And welcome back to Special Report, Morning Edition. Thank you to KC Securities for being our sponsor, both the morning and afternoon edition of Special Report. Okay, so let's talk
Which one? About?
Bank robberies.
Bank robberies. Okay. So what I was saying about your mall adventure the other or yesterday, and we talked about how Cambria Mall is doing well too.
They have an actual entry and exit.
Yes,
they're actually following the guidelines.
The guidelines are doing well. And Station Mall will probably watch your video and be on board by the weekend, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But we also have the Market Mall. Okay, now I don't know if you ventured your way down to the West End, but the Market Mall has a few ATM machines, but there's one less ATM machine there now.
Really? Why? Did the company remove it?
I think, well, one didn't grow a pair of legs, but somebody moved it for them on March the 10th.
Is it in a better, more convenient position now?
Yes, I believe it is. At the corner of Prentice and Donna Drive. On March the 10th at around 4 a.m., 2 unknown suspects entered Market Mall and proceeded to steal an ATM machine from Canada Post using a crowbar and a hammer. How ingenious. The ATM machine contained up to $2,000 at the time of the incident. The ATM was later located in the intersection of Prentice Avenue and Donna Drive.
So basically they gave up?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, we're near that far. I mean, like, really?
That's quite the distance.
I know. What were they thinking? Like, I can't imagine those things are light.
No, I don't think it was just like
Like, it's a big hunk of metal.
Yeah.
Why would they steal it? I don't get this. Do they think
there you
they
go.
get
There
it
you go.
somewhere?
Hook.
Oh,
Okay.
there's the Einsteins.
There you go. We got a play-by-play here.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow.
Well, they just dragged it. There you go. There's your answer.
Wow. Look at that.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They took the cable
you
too.
want to make sure you're able to plug it in again so it'll work.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, how else are you going
Yeah.
to get the money out?
It's true.
So that's something that
Criminals
crime-
in this town.
Crime Stoppers posted,
Jeepers.
if anybody saw a ATM machine take itself down the street to Donna
Anyone
and
saw
Prentice,
someone running with an ATM machine behind them, please call the
I
Crime
feel like if
Stoppers.
you saw it, you probably would have already
I
contacted
would think that you'd be like, that doesn't look right.
That's not right. Let me look into that. Okay.
Producer Mike just said it's a mobile withdrawal. So
He's got some goodies.
thanks, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the no singing or dancing. I did quickly peruse this article. Okay, you're
I don't
not
get
going to
this.
believe this. Yeah.
Because you can still whistle, but you're pushing stuff out even further.
Right? I mean, my whistling's atrocious. Like, oop, here, have some.
Yeah.
It's all
Thanks.
to do with spitting. They do not they don't want the showers. But you know
Like-
what? They've banned it in Catholic churches. They've banned it singing in daycare centers. And they've banned singing at work. They're going to continue. It's gross to think about, they said, but every time we talk, we're spitting into the world around us. Thank you for that image, though, the Ontario
Wow,
government.
that's
If
nice.
we're singing, shouting, or breathing heavily, we're likely expelling more saliva and nasal secretions. So that's beautiful to read on a Taco Tuesday morning, but
Well, Trudeau did ask people not to speak moistly. So there was that.
I hate that so much.
That was so funny.
Oh my God.
Try not to speak moistly. As if we somehow speak moistly on purpose.
Anyway, I'm going to move on from moistly.
Next,
Neil
go on.
McCarthy, spokesman for the Archdiocese of Toronto, said Catholic churches have begun observing the new rules already. And as you know, the churches are opening back up this weekend. So there will be no singing at church. There will be no singing to children at daycare centers. This one hurts my stomach. How could you not sing little nursery rhymes to the kids? I mean, I can't imagine that not singing to my kids. I think that's crazy.
Well, I don't
And I
think
feel
they
bad
banned
for
it
you
in your
guys.
house.
I feel bad for you guys not having to hear my voice every day.
I don't think they banned it in your house.
Well, I mean, children need song. They need, if they're with the daycare centers and they're there from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. sometimes, or 7 to 5, no music? I mean,
Well, they can just sit there in their little box.
Okay, you know what?
With
You
painter's
can
tape on the ground and sit there and read quietly for 12
Again,
hours.
we're going to go back to kids having barcodes because Chris just does not understand the song, the importance of nursery songs. But we'll be right back after the commercial break.
Hold tight.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community.
Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
Oh man, welcome back. It's Tuesday morning. It's can you just go ahead and say Thanks to Dan thanks to Casey Security for your sponsorship.
Yes, which is
this is totally Mike's fault. He's going because I almost said
he's creating different Tuesdays in our ears that are not Taco Tuesday.
And he's doing elbow in the ear, and it threw me off. I apologize, but it was really cute. Okay, so
speaking of singing,
we just updated you that you are not
allowed to sing.
In province of Ontario, you are not allowed to sing in the workplace. You're not allowed to sing to your children at the daycare centers or at church. But we have a man from Burlington, Ontario named Jordan Travis, who is the founder and director of the group. And what he's doing, he's based out of Burlington, like I already said. He's hosting a virtual O Canada concert, and he has over 300 participants taking place. I guess they've been contacting him to want to join, and Danny Dupuis met up with him, and here's what he had to say.
So would you just mind telling our audience right now, what is Insta Choir?
Yeah, so we kind of officially launched in 2019, but it was something that was kind of like just muddling around in my brain for a long time to try and get more people just engaged in singing and music. Whenever I chat with people about it, most people are like, oh, I can't sing, or, I don't want anyone to hear me, or I don't have the time to sing in a regular, chorus or choir. And so we decided to create like this one evening or one afternoon kind of experience where someone could come out and learn a song in harmony and perform it that evening. And we record that audio, video, and put that together. And about a week later, we put that out to the world. And I was kind of chatting the idea with a friend of mine, Mike, who's a videographer, and he totally jumped on board and said, yeah, I'm going to be part of this. And so together we've kind of been putting these Insta Choir events on, predominantly around Southern Ontario. So I live in Burlington and kind of in the general area here. And we've been putting these on. I'm kind of in charge of more of the musical side and those kinds of things. And he does a lot of the background work, the technical audio and video. And of course, so we were doing these once every 6 to 8 weeks. And of course, the pandemic hit. And, we weren't doing anything because we didn't really know what to do. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, he suggested, hey, what if we did a virtual kind of thing? And so it launched into this idea of doing a virtual choir.
Thanks to Danny for that awesome interview. That will be on our YouTube page. Yes. And if you wanted more information, just search Insta Choir on Facebook and YouTube. Yes. What else do you have before the show ends?
Yes. You can go back and watch my show from last night. It was also aired this morning on Facebook video. It'll also be on YouTube later today. And you can see my tour of the Station Mall and how they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I love the theme music you had alongside.
Yes, and it's done with Three Stooges music as the background music as I wander around the mall. Good times, good times. As I was doing Elgin Public's health job for them again. But we will be back at 1 with special report. Yes. Stay tuned for News All Day and plus News at 5 with Colette. And I'm back on at 7 p.m. tonight with Chris Olcorn Show. We'll see you at 1 p.m. Have a good morning.